Shadow Secretary of State, Emily Thornberry.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. It's been 14 days now, as I'm sure that you're aware, since the provisional trade agreement between UK and the Cameroon entered into force. And yet Parliament has still not even seen that agreement, let alone had the chance to examine it, debate it or approve it. While I fully understand the reasons why that's happened, does the Secretary of State understand why members on all sides of the House believe that this episode just illustrates that it's, in fact, is the latest illustration for why the need for scrutiny procedures need to be improved, and so which is the reason why many of them will be voting for changes to that next Tuesday?
Well, Mr Speaker, I like to say scrutiny starts at home, so I suggest she starts with her colleague, the member for Harrow West, who presided over the EU signing of the CARIFORUM deal 13 years ago, which is still being provisionally applied. I'm not quite sure why the Honourable Lady doesn't ask for a debate on that.
These are serious matters. Cameroon has become, in the last 3 years, one of the most abusive, repressive and murderous regimes in the world today. Now, we all know that that didn't stop the Secretary of State reaching a trade agreement with them, but we don't even know what, if anything, the trade agreement says on this issue. So, again, can the Secretary of State understand why members on all sides of this House also believe that there is a need for new laws next Tuesday obliging the government to take proper account of human rights when negotiating and ratifying new trade agreements?
Well, I had hoped that the Honourable Lady would have welcomed our announcement earlier this week on the action we're taking on forced labour in Xinjiang and making sure that Britain upholds its values when trading internationally. But I would ask the Honourable Lady consider some of her previous actions, such as sharing a platform with Hamas and refusing to criticise Fidel Castro's abhorrent human rights abuses. It's a bit much being lectured by a Labour member on human rights, given her past record.
Can I just say to the Secretary of State, I expect better in the answer. That was just way off the beam. And in fairness, you're a much better Secretary of State than that, and I do expect better. Right, we now have a substantive question to the Minister.